Hi, welcome to an episode of the Stress Knits podcast. I am Stacy, also known as Stress Knits Yarn on Instagram, Stress Knits on Ravelry. This is my fourth time recording. If this doesn't work out, I think I'm just gonna give up because this one is getting into all the boxes. And Eliza is jumping, and I can't tell if it's distracting or not. We'll see. It's going to be a shorty. I don't have a lot to talk about. I don't have a lot of rambling, but we'll see what happens. So if you are new, hi, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you just so much for being here. If you haven't, like and subscribe. It helps me get more awareness of the podcast. That's not the right word. Helps me it helps me get more, I don't know what the word I am looking for is, but it helps me, I want to say recognition, but that's not the right word either, but it helps put my face out in the knitting. I don't know why I said knitting like that either. Coffee. We're just gonna drink some coffee. If you like and subscribe, it helps other people find my video podcast when they also like other video podcasts. So, if you're just watching, I don't know, the Grocery Girls, and you just see my face pop up on the side, somebody might be like, who's that? Let's look. And so it just helps me get out there more and helps people like you find me. So that really helps. And if you are returning, hi, welcome. How are you? I hope you're doing good. I hope you survived the polar vortex and the weird 50-degree weather we had. What? For those of you who don't know, I live in Michigan. I live right outside of Detroit. We just moved back to our hometown, it's weird. It's really weird. I mean, we only lived like 20 minutes away, but it's weird to be back. Yeah, so, yes, so we moved. Last time I chatted with you, it was a much fresher move. I think we were day like 1 or 2 of like fully moved into the house, and now we're just kind of settling in. The kitchen is fully unpacked, the bathroom is fully unpacked, and that's about it. The living room is almost done, except for there's like 3 boxes back here, but I don't think any of them go to this room. So I'm gonna move those after I'm done here. And yeah, so, hi. I feel like this is a much better vibe that's going on compared to the other ones that I recorded. So anyway, I can't get past talking about this hat, so we'll see if it works. Okay, so this is my finished object. It is the Hala hat from Lane magazine, but only kind of, because I have a lot of feelings. So the way the Hala hat is designed, it's a ridiculous amount of knitting for a hat, in my opinion. So it's supposed to be an oversized hat. You're supposed to fold up the brim, and it's supposed to be like this, essentially. But if we're being honest with the dimensions that I knit it at, this is basically supposed to be the whole cuff. And I'm supposed to knit like another 9 inches. I had no brain capacity to do that. I needed to finish something, and I just didn't have anything else that was close. So I finished this today. Yeah, so the only real directions that I followed are the number of stitches to cast on. I used a long tail cast on instead of the provisional cast on because I was in an airport and I did not have the brain space to do the provisional cast on in the round because it just doesn't make sense to me, and I really need to watch a video to figure it out because I just don't get it. But yes, it's 2-color brioche. So the main color, which are these knit stitches, is Stress Knits yarn, which is my hand-dyed yarn, and it is in the 3 colors Birch, Pillow Mint, and Etching, which is a cream with charcoal speckles a light mint green and a darkish gray, respectively. And then the contrast colors, the whole reason I picked this hat. So the contrast is my new cloud base, which is a Surrey alpaca silk base. It's very comparable to a mohair base that's lace weight, but this is more of a fingering weight yarn. It's a little heavier. I think it's 378 yards per 50 grams. So it's heavier, and in my opinion, it's softer. So people that have issues with mohair, I think this would be a good alternative. And honestly, I don't have the prick factor. Like, I can't find the prick in this. Sometimes I can find alpaca to be prickly, and like if I have it next to my skin, like all of a sudden there'll just be like a little poke, and I don't really like that, so I usually don't knit with alpaca. I feel myself breathing really heavily because I can't breathe out of my nose right now. I'm very stuffy. The weather has thrown me through the ringer. So if I'm breathing heavily, I'm sorry. I cannot breathe out of my nose. Okay, so yeah, so I can't find the prick factor. I keep rubbing it on my neck because my neck is very sensitive, and I just can't find it. So if you have issues with Kid Silk, I keep wanting to call it Kid Silk Haze, which is the Hedgehog Fibers branding of it, but if you can't handle mohair, I would try a skein of a Baby Surrey silk blend. I don't know of any other dyers that are using this right now, so that feels pretty cool. I really love it. Yeah, a lot of people took advantage of my pre-order that came down last night, and most people ordered a bunch of Surrey alpaca, which is my cloud base. Because it's literally just fluffy like a cloud. It's just so soft. But yeah, so there is my hala hat. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'd knit it again. It's just not really my cup of tea. I don't know. I think there are better brioche hats out there, but I wanted to use the alpaca, and so I thought it'd be a cool way to kind of stash bust some of my extras and show off the Baby Surrey for an SSK sample, which, if you don't know, SSK is a knitting retreat that happens every year so far in Nashville, Tennessee, hosted by the Knit Girls, who are Leslie and Laura. I was lucky enough to be picked as a vendor this year, and I'm super excited. It's at the end of July. I think the market's like July 20th or 21st. And if you aren't going, you can always buy a marketplace ticket, which I think is like $5 if you're in the Nashville area, and come to the marketplace. So I will be there. This hat will be there. It's going to be a good time. So yeah, I do really like the way that these 4 colors look together. Oh, and the the cloud base, the contrast color is Cheeks, which is one of my darker pinks, which I really love. So the hala hat is Finn. I don't know, I always have some issues when patterns, I think it was like a $6 pattern. I could be wrong. But when a pattern is less than a page, doesn't give you any real instruction on any of the special techniques, like the provisional cast on, it just said provisionally cast on the Smay stitches and then just go. And I was like, okay, but I paid $6 for this pattern and you're not telling me any instruction or giving me any direction. So that was really frustrating. I understand that it's for a magazine, so space is limited on those pages, but when it's a standalone pattern that you can buy, I feel like there should be more to it. And also it's brioche in the round. So I don't know. For me, I feel like it's a little steep. I feel like there are other brioche hats out there that give you more techniques and more instructions, that would be better. And honestly, like I just have a little bit of an issue with like really simple patterns that are really expensive. For example, I'm knitting a hat out of a woolfolk yarn. It is their Flet, which is I don't know, it's a textured yarn, and I really loved the hat, and I couldn't tell if there's anything special about it. Like I just couldn't tell, so I just bought it, but it was $9 for a twisted rip hat. So I don't know, I have issues with that sometimes. Like I am totally down for paying $9 for a sweater pattern that has a lot of detail. Totally fine with that. But I don't know, for a hat that's literally 4 lines, it might have been 6 lines of instruction. I don't know. So I don't know. Discretion advised, I guess. But I do like the finished object. I wanted to be done with it. I was just kind of over it. So there is that. And then I'm working on my weekender still. I did finish a sleeve, which is exciting, and I started the second. So I'm making sure I'm not pulling out anything. No. Okay. So here's my weekender. I love it so much. First sleeve is done. I tried it on. It fits very, very well. Oh no. What are you doing? That shouldn't happen. What happened? So there's a stitch it looks like got caught. And it's just... So I'm going to try to figure that out. Wah, wah. Okay. Anyway, that just kind of bummed me out. I'm not feeling really inspired by my knitting right now, and it's just... I need to cast something on, and I just don't know what it is. So I'll figure that out. But I'm on the second sleeve. I just started it. I just picked it up last night. Weekender by Andrea Mowry. Love it. I'm probably gonna knit another one. I knit the medium size, and it fits very well. I have about 2 inches of positive ease, which is fine, but I wanted it to be bigger, and a lot of people told me to size down because they had issues with it being too oversized. And I don't know, I would definitely knit the large next time, or even the extra large, just because I like big sweaters. And honestly, I say this all the time, but I've always had a bigger chest. It's just been a blessing and a curse. And so I like my pullovers to have a lot of ease around here because I don't like to feel like my boobs are just there. I don't like them. So for me, something with a lot of positive ease, just I like the way that looks better with my boob situation. Anyway, so there is the weekender. Maybe I'll have it done next time. I hope so. I'm kind of over it. I'm just kind of over all of my knitting right now, and I don't know what it is. But, so last week I was talking about the Cozy Sweater Cal that kicked off February 1st. It is a knit-along that I'm hosting. I still need to go into the Ravelry group. I'm hoping to do that tonight. I just would rather do it on a computer than my phone. And Doug's been working on a big thing, which is happening tonight at his work, so when we get home from that, I should be able to go on Ravelry and do a bunch of stuff. But if you don't know, the Cozy Sweater Knit-Along is essentially just knitting a sweater between February and April. and hi babe, she's getting tired, between February and April that has positive ease. It could be an inch, it could be 20 inches. As long as it has positive ease, you are fine. It can be a pullover or a cardigan. It just has to be an adult size garment, preferably for you, but if you wanted it a sweater for somebody else, go for it. Yeah, so I decided to cast on the Ronin sweater, which is this, which is by Andrea Mowry for Brooklyn Tweed. And I love it so much. I had to print out the pattern because there's a lot of at the same time for the increases, and I need to chart it out. So like, so I have like my raglan increases and my neck increases, and I've just been tallying it off. I haven't started my neck increases yet, but that's coming. Hi. Yeah, so I just cast on. I'm using Brooklyn Tweed Shelter in the Soot colorway. That's coming off really, really dark. The lighting is awful, but let me see if I can make this a little brighter. That's a lot better. Whew, losing the, okay, that's very true to color. This is my favorite color of Brooklyn Tweed Shelter, so I'm really excited to use it. Esther, babe. No. She was in her crate, just kind of mulling around. Yeah, so this is my favorite color of Brooklyn Tweed Shelter. I'm very excited to use it for the sweater that I wanted to cast on for over 2 years. It's ridiculous. Come on, Esther. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm just going, oh, is that all I've been knitting? That's all I've been knitting. This is a weird episode. I feel really weird about it. I don't know. I always feel like when I feel weird about it, other people don't feel weird about it, but it just feels weird today. And again, I'm in a weird mood. Eliza's in a weird mood. I have a stuffy nose. My dog is still getting used to the house. Babe. Come here. Come here. Come here. Scratches? Scratches? There she is. Okay, so, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those days. So, hi Esther. Hi. Yeah, so if you want to join in this cozy sweater knit along, there should be a chatter thread up in Ravelry soon. I still haven't unpacked the prizes, so I will show those to you as soon as I have unpacked them. Esther has now gone belly up and just wants all the scratches, which is much better. Okay, so Stress Knits yarn. Let's talk about it. So if you're not interested, that's fine. You can either fast forward to just general chattiness at the end, or you can just move on with your day. Hopefully I'll have more to talk about, and I'm more enthusiastic about what I'm knitting next time we chat. Okay, so Stress Knits yarns. I had pre-orders. The shipment of the yarn for the pre-orders just came today. So I don't know when I will be dyeing that up. Maybe tomorrow? Maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow or Monday, maybe Tuesday. But that will be shipping by March 1st. I'm really, really excited about it, and there will be stuff going into the shop. I mentioned this last week, and a lot of you have taken me up on it, and I'm really excited that I can finally offer custom orders. So the custom order rule is that as long as you order 3 skeins or more on the same base, it can be multiple colors, but as long as it's at least 3 on the same base. So it's perfect for shawls and sweater quantities, but you could also, like, if you're a big sock knitter and you want some of my favorite sock base, which is my favorite base, that's an 80/20 high twist superwash merino nylon. You could order like Sweet Disposition, Pistachio Rose, and Triflers Need Not Apply. And you can order all 3 of those on Favorite, and it works. Because the way I dye, I can't, unless it's a semi-solid, I usually don't dye more than 2 at a time. It's how I dye yarn. It's how it works for me. I've tried different ways, and I don't like the way they come out. So I like being able to manipulate it much more. So it's perfectly doable for me to do that. Yeah. So if you're interested in that, email me. The contact information should be updated on my website. So if you want to contact me through my website, it should go through. If not, stressknitsyarn@gmail.com is also a great way to get in touch with me. I mean, that's where the emails go from the website anyway. So whatever way is easier for you to contact me, if you want a custom order, please do so. I've been working with a few people to create color combinations, which it's been the most fun I've had in a long time. It's been so much fun. So if you want color combinations and you need help, let me know. Or if you have ideas, just chat with me about it, and it's a lot of fun. I am currently working on getting all of the colorways photographed and up on the website, so you have a place to go to look at all the colorways. But if you're curious, between my personal Instagram, which is Stacey Elstone, and my business Instagram, which is Stress Knits Yarn, you can find almost all of the repeatable colorways. Or if you need, like, let's say you're like, hi, I need something that is, I don't know, like something purple, which I don't have a lot of, but I have a few colorways I could throw, like Purple Skies, which was from the advent calendar, and Smitten your way, and we could talk about it and it'll be great. So yeah, if you want custom orders, just email me. There are still some ready to ship skeins in the shop, but I've shown them the past 2 weeks, so you can find them there, or just go to the shop, which is stressknitsyarn.com. Let's see, what else is there? I'm coming out with new clubs, and I'm so excited. So for the past 2 years, I've done My Favorite Murder. Hi, love. Hi. She's grabbing this like hippo toy that's attached to her bouncer, and she's really excited about it. She's just chatting with them. Hi. Okay, we're gonna speed this up. So, yes, so I did My Favorite Murder for 2 years, and I'm kind of tapped out on those. So I have 2 upcoming clubs coming, and those clubs I'm going to announce now, but they probably won't launch until the end of the month or in March. So the first one is one I wanted to do for a really long time, but I didn't know if there was anybody who would be interested. So I'm going to be doing a West Wing inspired club. The West Wing is a show written by Aaron Sorkin, who has some issues right now, but it's an amazing show that I've loved for years, and I watch it on repeat. It's like one of my favorite things to watch when I'm dyeing yarn, because I know it so well. So I'm going to be using some of my favorite quotes and characters for inspiration, and I'm very excited. I'm very excited about the West Wing Club. Now the West Wing is a very dark, dingy, brown kind of show. Everybody wears brown. There's, Josh Lyman's tan oversized suits. There's all of the desks, the walls in the White House. Everything is brown. So, there will be some brown probably, but it's still gonna fit my yarn dyeing vibe. So, don't worry about that. Yeah. So there's that, and then, it's just such a dark, dingy show. I'm really, really, really excited about it. So, think of your favorite quotes. If you have any favorite like one-liners. You can always add them in the comment bar, and maybe you'll see a West Wing inspired colorway by that name. So that's really exciting. And then another one that I wanted to do for a long time, but I felt a little weird about it because I have this amazing, wonderful friend, Kemper, who does yarn inspired by women. And so I never wanted, I don't know, I always felt weird about it. But I'm going to do a special collection called Women Writers, which is inspired by my favorite class I took in college. For those of you who don't know, I have a psychology degree with a English and women's studies minor. So Women Writers is like right up my alley, and it was my favorite class I've ever taken. So I've just been compiling a list of my favorite women authors, and so I'm going to have colorways inspired by each one of them. And again, Kemper of Junk Yarn does this very well, but her style and my style are very, very, very different. And I think if you're looking for something more bold and bright, you should definitely head over to Junk Yarn and buy some of her yarn because it's gorgeous. I actually want to buy the Pisces colorway before it goes down, so I'm going to do that after this. I haven't bought yarn like online in so long. I bought from Vogue Knitting Live just 2 skeins, but I'm so stuffy. But yeah, I'm really excited to get that. So those will be launching in March, and I'm really, really excited about them. I hope you are too. I will let you know the women writer, I think. I'm hoping that Doug can help me design some like postcards again or something like that to go along with the colorways. For at least the women writers, I'm not sure about the West Wing Club, but we'll see. Eliza's now eating her swing, so I'm gonna go grab her and feed her before I try to put her down for another nap, and Esther's breaking the table. Okay, so usually I talk about how I'm trying to be a better person, and so one of the things that I've been doing is I've been going to therapy, and I know a lot of people have very strong opinions one way or the other about therapy. I am a strong proponent of it. Again, I have a psychology degree. I honestly think everybody should do therapy, regardless if you've gone through something or not, regardless if you're struggling with depression and anxiety. I think it's really important to have somebody that is not a part of your everyday life listen to just what's going on and listen for things. And so it's been really helpful. I feel like I've been a better person to be around since then. I might have postponed my therapy session today to attend Doug's work event, but I am also, so let's get real here for a second. So one of my diagnoses is I have PTSD from stuff that's happened in the past. If you aren't sure about that, I had a miscarriage, and I also had a really traumatic pregnancy and birth with my daughter Eliza, and the miscarriage was at 16 and a half weeks. So it was a rough one. All of them are rough. I don't want anybody to think miscarriages suck regardless of when they are, and I will stand by that till the day I die. Anyway, so one of the ways to combat my PTSD is to write essentially an impact statement. And so I have to dig up all of these feelings that I've been shoving down. And instead of talking about what happened, I have to talk about how I felt when it happened, and things that it's made me afraid of, things that, like, it's a lot, and I'm kind of happy that Doug's work function fell today because I was not ready to talk about it. But I'm excited to work on it, And again, I think everybody should do therapy, especially if your insurance covers it. I'm incredibly lucky because I'm 24. I'm turning 25 in a few weeks. But luckily, because of the Affordable Care Act, I'm still under my dad's insurance, and his insurance is very good. So I am incredibly privileged in that, and I think that you should check with your insurance provider to see if you have any kind of coverage for therapy, because I think even going just once a month or once every other month would be super beneficial to everybody in the world, and it's made me a much more pleasant person. It's helped me process a lot of stuff that I didn't even know I needed to process. So highly recommend it. That is my recommendation on being a better person this week. That's how I'm being a better person. Yeah, and I also think we should talk about therapy more because it's great. It's really nice. Okay, so with that, I am going to blow my nose and then hang out with my daughter and my dog. And another thing that's been making me a better person is Grace and Frankie on Netflix. I love that show. I'm going through all of the seasons again, and it's making me laugh so hard. So it's another recommendation for you if you haven't checked it out. And I just love Lily Tomlin and Jane Fonda very much. Yeah, so we're gonna watch that, and I'm gonna make dinner, which is broccoli cheddar and potato soup from Skinny Taste, and I'm very excited about it. So I'm gonna start that once Eliza goes down for her nap, so we have it for when we come home from the worship night tonight. So I will talk to you next week, hopefully in a not glowy room. And yeah, Esther, do you want to say bye? It's been a long time. Do you want to say hi? Hi. Hi. Okay, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.